Miko's here. She did a board and train a while ago. She's compliant with some things that she likes to do. She's also non-compliant with some things that she doesn't like to do. There's some contributing factors that have caused this. One, there's a dog walker involved. I never recommend dog walkers. There's no choice when it comes to Miko. The owner has to work. There's no choice. He does long hours. He's in finance and he's gone. So a dog walker has to be used. This dog walker they should probably get rid of the dog walker. Seriously, because your dog walker's influencing your dog daily. I'll give you an example of what happened with Miko. The dog walker, Miko tried one of her tactics to get the, I don't want to walk. You pick me up and carry me, and that's like, I'm not going to walk. And the dog walker, of course, fell for it. Instead of just pulling the dog along, and then the dog stopped walking. So we went over there, did some lessons, and Miko started walking again for the owners. It's not a problem. It wasn't a problem, and then it started being a problem again, just recently, about 2-3 weeks ago. Another contributing factor is that the owners, they stopped using the e-collar. That is a huge mistake. That is an element of control, and if you have a dog like a Shiba, any dog, and it's e-collar condition, keep putting the e-collar on the dog. You want to make it easy, right? I'll give you another example of something that she does. Say she's in the crate, and you want her to come out. She's not going to come out. You have to wait for the dog. That is not the way that it works. I have an e-collar ordered. It's showing up today. We'll have it on her this afternoon. We'll start reconditioning her with the e-collar. I don't know how long the e-collar's been off, but I suspect a very long time. So about 2 weeks ago, she hurt her leg, or, I guess, but then she was taken to the doctor, and the doctors, 3 different hospitals, and they said, no, it's behavioral. She's fucking with the owner, and when the owner called me, I'm like, I know this dog. The dog is fucking with the owner. Don't get sucked in. If the dog starts doing this and you start responding in an inappropriate manner, like if you pick the dog up and carry it out, oh, look, she doesn't want to walk, or, the owner for a while thought that her leg was hurt, and you start picking up the dog and carrying it out. It's a Shiba. She's going to be the princess, and you're going to be carrying her around all the time. So we got to get the e-collar on her. Dog training is asymmetrical. Many times you're working on one thing and it helps with another issue. So we need her to do she'll do retrieves, but we want her to do retrieves better. We want her to do everything better, because why I'm training her to do those things, I'm telling her when she's non-compliant to be compliant. And that's being conditioned in. So we want to make sure that she's walking and doing this proper. One thing that I had to backtrack on videos to find out if I trained Miko to do, and evidently I didn't. I think I did a right on 30-day board and train. So I don't think we included weave pulls. I don't see it with her. I see it with Bowser, but I don't see it with her. So we're going to train her to do the weave pulls. We'll try her on the weave pulls. I didn't see it, so I'm sure she's going to be real bad at it. She has to be compliant. So if she's in the crate and she's not coming out, and you got to reach in there and get her, and then she's ducking and weaving. That's so not good. Training can get this back. To get the dog to be compliant, but the owner really should start using the e-collar when she comes back, putting it on daily, or this will just happen again. The dog walker, if the dog walker starts doing this, it'll happen again. If the owner fell into Miko's trap again, oh look, Miko hurt her leg, and she'll start doing this shit again. It's terrible for your dog's behavior if you have a dog like this. You have you have a Shiba, or like a Australian cattle dog. There's many of these breeds that are sort of clever, smart, resistant, dominant. They want to be in control. It's just, they're hardwired. All dogs are sort of hardwired to be in control. And some of these breeds are really hardwired to be in control. So this won't be taxing for me. And I'll tell you why. It's because she'll already retrieve. That's the hardest part of a board and train. So I had no problem taking this job. You know, I do have the puppy here sit, but Pharaoh's going home. This is going to be easy reconditioning. Yeah, it's going to be work, don't get me wrong. You know, I still have to do the sessions with her, but it's so much easier than getting a Shiba to hold. I'm telling you, it's difficult to get some of these dogs to do this. Some dogs are easier to get the hold, drop, and retrieve. It was exhausting getting her to do it. You know, that's all done. She'll still retrieve. So we just got to go over all the basics. Let me run her through the weave pulse. Let's see how she does it. I suspect she's going to do it bad. I don't see me doing weave pulse with her on my channel. So I'm assuming that we did not go over this. So how does this play a part with her, like, not doing this where she's sitting down on the ground and I'm not going to move? It plays right into it, and that we're teaching her something new. She's not going to want to do it. By us making her do it, by me making her do the weave pulse, learning the weave pulse, it'll create compliancy on other commands. That's not taxing to do the weave pulse. It's sort of passive. You know, I'm not using an e-collar or anything, but the e-collar is definitely going back on her. The owner doesn't have a problem with the e-collar. It's like a lot of owners, they don't have a problem with it, but to put it on in the morning, it can be a hassle. You know, you got to take the time to do it. If you don't take the time to do it and just say, well, screw it, you know, and then you don't put it on for one day, and then you don't put it on the second day, and the next time, you know, you're 3-4 weeks into it, and the dog hasn't had the e-collar on, and the dog's going south. Stay up on the dog, use the protocol, put the leash, put the e-collar, the remote collar on the dog daily until the dog is fully trained. If the dog is being non-compliant, it's not fully trained. If you're working with a dog walker and they don't want to use the e-collar, who cares? Still have the e-collar on the dog. They don't need to take the remote. You don't want the dog walker using the remote anyway. But if you have to use a dog walker, you tell them to leave the e-collar on the dog when you're gone. It goes on for 10, 11 hours, then you take it off. Don't let them use the e-collar. Instruct them not to, because they're not going to know how to do it. See if she'll do the weave pulls. She's going to be lousy at this. Watch how I do this. I'm threading the dog through. This should be real clumsy looking. By the time that she's leaving, she'll be able to do it off leash. She'll be able to go in and out of it. We'll see a big pickup in this dog within a week, week and a half. Less than that. I'm saying 5-6 days. She'll have it down where she's going through it. She'll still be on a leash, but she'll be going through it, and I won't be having any leash pressure. I won't use any leash pressure at that point. At this point, I will. I'll sort of be toe barring her through it. I'm directing her to weave through it. Watch this. You do this. This will probably be similar to any dog. They sort of like, when you want them to weave, they're going out. The dogs that haven't done it, they're just sort of like, they're going to run out, sort of, and then you got to bring them back in. So as the dog's going away from you, you say weave. When the dog, you want the dog to come towards you, here. So it's weave here, weave here, weave here. Watch this. Seriously, 5 days she'll be doing this pretty slick. And the e-collar is really going to help. Come on, Miko. Come on, baby. See non-compliancy. Let's go. Come on. There you go. This is good. Now you get to see this. She's just sitting around sniffing, doing what she wants. This is what we're talking about. Miko, here. Heel. Come on, baby. Miko, weave. No, weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. No, here. Weave. Here. Weave. That was pretty good. Miko, sit. So, did you see how that works? Yeah, she's not, she'll sit. You know, when I picked her up, I was walking her away. She wasn't like looking back at the owner. I told her to sit, she sat. I asked her to hold glasses, she can hold the glasses, she'll pick up the glasses. It's not about like, what do you want to do, Miko? So you had to sort of retrain the dog into like, well, this is a game too, and you didn't give it a fair chance. You should think of it like that. Because she can end up liking all of it. You know, you train the dog what they're supposed to like, but don't get sucked into like the emotional state of the dog. Like, you know, what emotional state? If the dog is being non-compliant and not walking, don't pick it up. You're giving a positive reinforcement for not walking. See what I'm saying? Be careful what you're doing. If you're holding the dog, that's like positive reinforcement. You're walking for the dog. It's the worst thing that you could do, especially for some hard-headed Shiba like Miko. Just bring the dog along, you know? I use the term like sort of drag it. You don't want to drag it, you don't want to really hurt it, but you're bringing it along. The secret to it is this, is that if you have a dog that does this, and we see this a lot in puppies, I see this a lot in puppies. When they don't want to walk, don't turn around and plead with them like this. Don't do that. That's the worst thing that you can do. You go forward, like you say she's being non-compliant, right? I keep going in this direction. I never turn around and talk to her in a pleading voice, coaxing her. Sort of like, no, come on, here, right? Do you understand? Like, say she's doing it. She might do it right now. She might. Miko, heel. Yeah, she's doing it good. Miko, here, heel. Miko, sit. So that little bit of resistance can just turn into a nightmare. I mean, if you don't have a lot of dog experience and you're going to think emotionally about the dog, that little bit of resistance, that little hesitation, and then the owner that, you know, or the dog walker that doesn't, dog walkers, many of them just don't even own dogs. It's a huge mistake. So the dog is, hang on, somebody's at my door. Here, I forgot where I was, but the bottom line is just don't get sucked into it. Miko's owner took Miko to 3 different hospitals in New York City. He called me a couple weeks ago, said that the first doctor had said it's probably behavioral. And then he contacted me and said, is there any, you know, is that something I can deal with? I've already dealt with it. You know, I'm like, that is not a problem. I know your dog, you know? So, do you understand what I'm saying? Don't get sucked into it. You really, like, if you see any hesitation with the dog, it should be an instant correction. No, here, heel. If you give your dog positive reinforcement for doing that action, they're gonna keep doing it, especially if you have a dog. Any dog will do it, will just keep doing it. You see this mostly in smaller dogs. Why do you think that is? Because the smaller dog you can pick up. If it was a Labrador, you can't pick it up. You're getting coffee or something and your Labrador doesn't want to walk, you can't pick it up. So, you know, the owner has no resort but to like, come on, we gotta go. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying I haven't seen the owner with the big dog that can't get the big dog to walk. It's happened, and it's not, you know, in the last 10 years, I've seen this several times. It was always a chick. I'm just stating a fact. There was always a chick and was always worried, I'm gonna hurt the pit bull. Yeah. Drop. Drop. Here. Miko, hold. No, hold. Drop. Miko, hold. Good. Drop. Miko, hold. Good. Drop. Miko, hold. Good. Drop. Miko, hold. No, hold. Drop. Miko, hold. Good. Drop. Miko, hold. Drop. See what I mean? She can still do a lot of shit. She can do all the stuff that's real hard. You know? If they would have never done any retrieves with her, this would be a lot harder of a job. And since it is just behavioral, and there was no physical problem with her. It makes it easier. When he had first called me, I thought, well, if she had an operation or something, we're gonna have to do physical rehabilitation. I'm gonna have to take her swimming and stuff, and then that wasn't the case. It was all behavioral. I doubt she even sprang her foot at all. Seriously. Dog's, you know, very clever. Here, hold. Good girl. Drop. Miko, hold. Good. Drop. Miko, hold. No, hold. Drop. We need to speed it up a little bit. She's sort of like going real slow, but watch this dog. By the end of the board and train, she's going to be awesome.